Hello friends, how are you all? Hope everything's good with you. Loveu Ashraf here. So our video for today is all about the history of KFC. Hope you like it. And if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And thank you all for your support, my friends. Hope you learned something from this video. Thank you, my friends. See ya. The history of KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC for short, has grown from a backroom in a fuel station in the middle of nowhere to become the de facto chicken fast food restaurant chain in the world. Today, it enjoys a massive global presence and its food is enjoyed by millions of people every day. How KFC was started. Kentucky Fried Chicken, known today as KFC, was incorporated in 1955 by Colonel Harlan Sanders in Corbin, Kentucky, but its story began a little before then. Sanders was born in 1890 and at the age of 12, he left home to work as a farmhand after a troubled childhood. At the age of 15, he left the farm to work a series of jobs with mixed success. His various jobs included trying his hand as a painter, railroad fireman, plowman, streetcar conductor, ferry boat operator, insurance salesman, justice of the peace, and service station operator. By 1929, Harlan had opened his own gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. Here, he cooked for his family and the occasional customer in the back room. Sanders, by all accounts, used to enjoy using the recipes his mother taught him to make: pan-fried chicken, country ham, fresh veggies, and homemade biscuits, to name but a few. It appears he was a dab hand at cooking and news began to spread far and wide, enabling him to open a 142-seat restaurant and motel nearby, the Harlan Sanders Court and Cafe. In 1936, Sanders was honored with the title of Kentucky Colonel by the state's governor. Around this time, Sanders also managed to perfect a method of speeding up the cooking process for his chicken: pressure cooking. This reduced the time needed to cook his chicken while retaining, in his view, the quality of the food. Things were going well, and he even received an endorsement in Duncan's Heinz Adventures in Good Eating in 1939. By the early 1940s, Sanders had managed to perfect his original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. This was never revealed to the public but was, as he famously admitted, made of ingredients that stand on everybody's shelf. The advent of the Second World War and gas rationing forced him to shut shop as tourism dropped off. The motel and cafe limped on, and after a brief upstig post-war, the planned construction of Interstate 75 in the 1950s that would pass by Corbin entirely threatened the future viability of his business. Sanders needed a new plan. Colonel Sanders sold up and traveled the U.S. to franchise his recipe to the other restaurant owners. KFC, as we know it today, was born. How old was Colonel Sanders when he started KFC? This is a little tricky to answer because, as we have seen, exactly when KFC began can be debatable. But using their incorporation date, Colonel Sanders would have been 65 years old. In the early 1950s, Colonel Sanders began to sell franchises for his recipe after he was forced to close his own restaurant and motel. His first franchisee, Peter Harmon owned a hamburger restaurant in Salt Lake City, Utah. Over the following 4 years, Sanders persuaded several other restaurant owners to add his Kentucky Fried Chicken to their menus. By this time, Sanders had retired and was living off his Social Security income and savings. Using some of this money, he incorporated and took his recipe on the road around the U.S. By 1963, Sanders' recipe was franchised to more than 600 outlets in the United States and Canada. Sanders had 17 employees and traveled more than 321,869 kilometers or 200,000 miles in 1 year promoting Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was clearing $300,000 before taxes, and the business was getting too large for Sanders to handle. He sold much of his business to a group of investors in 1964 and moved to Canada where he lived until his death in 1980. Since then, KFC has conquered the world as the largest fast food chicken operator, developer, and franchisor in the world. Today, KFC is owned by Yum Brands. Why did KFC change the name? Back in 1991, Kentucky Fried Chicken officially rebranded as KFC. But why? One theory is that there was a problem with the company's name including the word chicken. At the time, there were claims that KFC was using mutant, chemically engineering birds. This was later found to be fake news. Other theories abounded, including the company's desire to remove any reference to the term fried to prevent health-conscious patrons from being put off. But the real reason is far less dramatic. They simply wanted to shorten the name. KFC is much faster to say, and customers were already using it as a shorthand for their brand. Why did KFC change their slogan? KFC's famous slogan, "It's finger licking good," was first coined by Peter Harmon, Sanders' first franchisee. This, he felt, helped differentiate him from his competitors. Harmon also introduced the now famous bucket meal in the late 1950s. But as you are probably aware today, this slogan was abandoned back in 2011 in favor of "So Good." The rationale? According to a Telegraph article from the time, KFC wanted to change their marketing to become more health conscious. After all, fried foods is not the healthiest of dietary choices. The move was also tandem with some changes to the way they cook and package their food. Moves were made to show calorific information on their packaging, and new brazier options were added to their menu. Here are some KFC facts you should know. The KFC recipe is super secret. During his lifetime, Colonel Sanders always kept the blend of 11 herbs and spices for his trademark chicken in his own head before writing it on a scrap of paper, which he kept in his wallet. These days, the recipe is kept under literal lock and key at the KFC headquarters, with just a few select members of the company privy to the information. KFC is traditionally eaten on Christmas Day in Japan. Buckets of fried chicken are enjoyed by millions of Japanese families from November to Christmas Day every year. It's so popular that orders are made weeks in advance and massive queues form first thing on Christmas Day. But why? Well, it's all to do with hugely successful marketing campaign from 1974 called Kuri Sumasu Niwa Kentucky, which roughly translates into Kentucky for Christmas. you can get yourself a pair of KFC Crocs. Yeah, I'm afraid that's true. KFC Crocs are a thing, and there are actually two versions. The first is the classic clog, which looks like your typical Croc but with a KFC twist. It's got the classic KFC bucket design on the bottom, while the top has a fried chicken print complete with two removable chicken-scented giblets, which look exactly like chicken drumsticks. Yes, I said chicken-scented, but you cannot actually eat them. A KFC pizza exists. In 2019, KFC and Pizza Hut joined forces to create the greatest pizza in existence. The two fast food giants have launched the popcorn chicken pizza, making all our wildest dreams come true. The pizza features KFC's iconic gravy on a large classic crust base, with mozzarella cheese topped with popcorn chicken and sprinkled with sweet corn. A couple got engaged at a KFC in South Africa, and the fast food chain paid for their wedding. After a video, Hector McCan's proposal to non-Landla Soldat went viral. Sadly, because some miserables slammed Hector for proposing in a fast food restaurant. A load of people came forward and said they wanted to contribute to their wedding. KFC South Africa provided a wedding planner. Airlines Kululu and Mango offered to fly the couple to their honeymoon, and Uber, Lexus, and Audi all offer their services as far as transport goes. The first restaurant going by the name Kentucky Fried Chicken opened in 1952 in Salt Lake City after the Colonel met restaurant owner Peter Harmon at a food seminar. There are around 23,000 KFC locations across the world. The Colonel has his own video game. It's called Colonel Quest, and the aim of the game is to collect as many chicken drumsticks as possible. You do this by learning information about the Colonel's colorful life. According to Forbes, KFC is valued at $8.5 billion and places 86th on the world's most valuable brands 2019 list. Not bad for something that started out as fried chicken at a petrol station, eh? The first KFC bucket meal wasn't sold until 1957, despite the Colonel starting his chicken empire back in 1939. Colonel Sanders sold his Kentucky Fried Chicken Company for $2 million to investors in 1964. He sold it on the proviso that he'd still have a place on the board as a quality controller, a lifetime salary, and appearances in the adverts. So that's it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Hope you like our video for today. And if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever we post our new videos. Thank you, my friends. See you on our next video. Bye.